the globe. You can find us on X Spaces. We have a video stream happening there. Also on Facebook as well as on YouTube on the Joy 99.7 FM handle. Welcome to the show. What are we talking about today from now till 3 p.m.? Well, we've got Mohamed Kudus officially is now a Tottenham Hotspur player.
I only wanted Spurs. Play the truck.
Hotspur is going to sign a 6-year deal at the club, and it's what it is. He's joined them for what is now a club record 64 million euros. That is a lot of money. That means Kudus Mohamed is now the most expensive Ghanaian footballer ever. And in fact, his move from Ajax to West Ham is in the top 5 of the most expensive transfers involving Ghanaian players. So he alone has 2 transfers in the top 5 most expensive Ghanaian players. But that is not the most significant thing. The most significant thing we'll be talking about today will be, what does this move mean for Mohamed Kudus' career? What does this move mean for Mohamed Kudus' career? Very, very important question for us to dive right into, of course. And we'll be doing that here on the show. Another thing that we'll be talking about is drama at Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Massive bombshell. Justice Blade today granted an interview where he revealed an awful lot at the club. So we'll be investigating whether there is a pervasive culture of sexual deviation at Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Because he says that several teammates, including Kwame Poko, have taken his girlfriend, and that there have been issues of even physical assault involving some of the players and some of the girls. And he also says he's not the only drunkard at Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He's not the only one who drinks apateshi. Mohamed Kamara, the goalkeeper, several other players he pointed fingers at. He says all of them, he has seen them smoking shisha and drinking alcohol. So it's a very serious matter. We'll get into that. And of course, we'll talk about the FIFA Club World Cup. The final is on Sunday after Paris Saint-Germain embarrassed Real Madrid 4-0 on Wednesday to set up a final with Chelsea Football Club. Noni Madueke is off. In terms of transfers, we'll get a lot to talk about there as well. So let me know your thoughts on all of the issues we'll be talking about here on the show. The WhatsApp number is 055 1111997, 055 1111997. Game Plan is proudly sponsored by Betway as well as Petrosol. My guests are in studio, but what I'm going to do now is take a very short break. When we come back, I will introduce them and we can get the conversation underway. Do stay with us.
Every day from 1st to 31st of July, Betway is giving you the chance to strike it lucky and win a share of 9 million Ghana cedis and prizes in Scratch and Win. Place any bet on sports or casino and earn your daily scratch card for a chance at cash, spins, free flights and more. Exclusively at Betway. Get way more at betway.com.gh today. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
Ladies and gentlemen of corporate Ghana, the moment is finally here with us. Yes, it's the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament 2025 happening at the University of Ghana Stadium on August 9, 2025. You know what to do already, don't you? Just call Slevin on 0540-106-466 to register and be a part of this amazing experience full of great competition, wonderful networking, or what will be the honors to bragging rights for 1 full year. The Joy Sports Invitational Tournament is put together by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game. So which trophy are you taking back to your office? CEO's penalty shootout, male soccer, female penalty shootout, table tennis, unisex relay, lawn tennis, unisex basketball, unisex sack race, tug of peace, arm wrestling, the 5-kilometer race walk, masters 50-meter dash, unisex lime and spoon relay, and swimming. Well, the ball is in your court. We look forward to seeing you, and just make sure that your corporate institution answers the roll call on August 9, 2025 at the University of Ghana Stadium. It's the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament 2025 put together by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game.
Every day from 1st to 31st of July, Betway is giving you the chance to strike it lucky and win a share of 9 million Ghana cedis in prizes in Scratch and Win. Place any bet on sports or casino and earn your daily scratch card for a chance at cash, spins, free flights, and more. Exclusively at Betway. Get way more at betway.com.gh today. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
Welcome back. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. It's also live on Hits 103.9 FM. Remember that the Black Queens are in action later today. They are involved in their second group game at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. That match is against Mali. It's at 4 p.m. The Queens lost their first game by 2-0. They must win this match against Mali to stand any chance of qualifying out of Group C. That game is at 4 p.m. We have live commentary on Hits 103.9 FM. Daniel Cranting, Lawrence Baidu will be on commentary duty. So do join us on that network if you're driving around and unable to watch on television. It's very important assignment we have in Morocco. Their second game, of course, is what they're playing at 4. Then they will conclude the group stages next Tuesday, I believe, against Tanzania. So they must win. It's a very, very important game of football. So we'll talk about that briefly towards the end of the show as well. But the guys are in studio. Sicho for Philip Achrim is here. Sicho? Oh, good? Sue. The weather is cold. Nice. Is that a cardigan you're wearing?
Sweater.
It's a sweater, cardigan-ish.
Yeah.
Chinese neck-ish.
Some way.
Something.
It's a sweaty gun.
It's a sweaty gun. Thank you. Achu Tamaklo is here as well, a.k.a. Sokus. They say Solanke and Kudus Mohammed.
Sokus
is born.
Live and active.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. The day has just been all sorts of crazy. People should calm down. The slaps we're seeing are
not great.
We need to think through everything, no matter the provocation. Some of the things are just election. You are just going to vote. Don't go and maim anybody.
You're talking about the Ablikmanov rerun elections, right?
Yeah, we should be doing that.
Where's that producer? Where is Daniel Cranty?
I like the new C2. How long has it been here?
Like 2 weeks now.
I wasn't here last Friday. That was a holiday.
You weren't, exactly.
Man, it's so comfy.
For a while.
Comfy, sits you deep, sits you comfortable.
Why is that long-legged boy?
He said he's at the entrance. That's why I got that from you.
He said he's at the entrance.
Yeah, he's about to enter.
He's late. When he comes, I let him face the wall.
He has to kneel there and do press-ups.
Press up on those arms. Have you seen that guy's arms?
That's why it's punishment. if you're able to do press-up, you don't do anything. If you're dedicated to do press-up, you are really punishing him.
Man. Guys, welcome to the show. We are officially in Ghana winter. So,
Yeah.
you know, the meteo said that we are in winter till August ending, right?
Yeah, bro.
So, yeah, we are.
I love it. No, 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 Baru. Except that this sometime in the mornings, by the time you wake up, then the rain fall.
Yeah, it's
So
But I
this-
prefer this one to the heat.
You do?
I prefer absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
At least this one blanket sort you.
Yeah.
In the mornings, if it's too cold.
It's not extreme.
Yeah.
No.
The extreme cold can be terrible. But this is not extreme. This
This
more
is
comfortable.
okay.
Yeah.
It's more comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't sweat.
With a sprinkle of sunshine every
you
now
know,
and then. It's
some
good for
way.
your mood, huh?
The UK is somewhere. The UK is Western European is summer is
Autumn.
autumns.
The autumnish.
Autumnish.
weather.
It's like we're getting rains every day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every day.
It looks like.
Every
yeah,
day.
it looks
Every
like.
day. But I like it.
But listen, we've got a lot to go through, so let's get right down to it then. Kudus Mohammed yesterday was unveiled by Tottenham Hotspur. He's joined them on a club record 64 million euro deal. That is the biggest transfer fee Spurs have ever paid for a player. It's the biggest transfer fee anyone has ever paid for a Ghanaian player as well. So there is quite a lot of history that's been achieved as a result of this particular transfer. You look at where Kudus Mohammed even ranks in terms of the African players, the most expensive African transfers. He's number 5 in terms of the most expensive African transfers, behind
To the Prem.
Yes, no, it's not ever
Either.
to any club.
Ooh,
The
that's
most,
high.
yes, the most expensive transfer involving an African player still belongs to Nicolas Pepe.
Yeah.
80 million euro
To the almighty Arsenal.
from Lille to Arsenal, exactly back in 2019. The second highest transfer involving an African player was 68 million euros that Paris Saint-Germain paid for Achraf Hakimi from Inter Milan. 68 million euros from 2021. The third highest transfer fee involving an African player is Riyad Mahrez, 67.8 million from Leicester City to Manchester City in 2018, the Algerian. And number 4 is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's transfer from Borussia Dortmund again
to Arsenal.
to Arsenal in 2018. That time it was 63.75 million as well. I think that's in pounds. And then Kudus Mohammed's own is 64 million in euros, so probably about around 55 million pounds or so. So, lots of, in terms of even the most expensive Ghanaian transfers ever, Kudus owns 2 of the top 5. His transfer to Spurs, 64 million euros. Thomas Partey's transfer from Atletico Madrid to Arsenal is 50 million. That's number 2. Then number 3 is Kudus' move from Ajax to West Ham, 43 million. In 2023, Michael Essien from Lyon to Chelsea is still in the top 5, even though it happened in 2005. 2005 was 20 years ago. That is crazy. 2005 is 20 years ago?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? It just hit me.
Yeah. 20 years ago.
21.
2005.
205. That's exactly 20 years.
Exactly 20. We're in 2025.
2025. So
I think it was 2004 or
5.
2005.
205. The summer of 205. So exactly 20
Right.
years. Like we're in the same period where it happened. That looks like only yesterday, but it was said long time ago, 2 decades ago.
20 years ago
Yeah.
was when ACM joined Chelsea from Lyon. Wow.
I'm gonna admit it.
38 million euros back then. And I think momentarily at the time, he was the most expensive African player.
Yeah, he was the most
He had just
expensive.
gone
He
above
was the-
Didier Drogba,
Yeah,
right?
He was the most expensive. African
Yeah.
player.
So that's still number 4 in terms of the most expensive Ghanaian players. Number 5 is Enias Nyoma when he moved from Molenbeek to Lyon in that very complicated transfer. Did he really go from Nordsjælland to Lyon, or did he go from Molenbeek to Lyon? It was very
Do
complicated.
you have money for legal fees?
Bottom line is that it was 28.5 million euros back then in 2018. 2024. Now, somebody's explaining this weather around this time. They said that's the reason we have a lot of Mayborns.
Yeah.
Because this weather encourages a lot of physical activity.
It's 9 months from me, so.
It's 9 months
next year.
April, May next year, people are going to be. Hospitals are maternity wards are going to be busy. Look, I'm a Mayborn. And in the month of May, for every single day in May, I know somebody who's celebrating his birthday. Like from the 1st of May to the last of May. Yeah. Every single day in my house in Kwam, our people produce 3 Mays.
That's wow.
Yeah. So two of my brothers, like we have three of the boys. We are 6 kids to our parents.
Yeah.
3 of us are Mayborns.
Wow.
Yeah.
My son was born in May.
Oh, Feto, you do
I was born in May.
Like, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I've never thought about it like that. Anyway, Kudus Mohammed, he spoke a lot, and some of it trying to tell us exactly why he has decided to join Tottenham Hotspur. Let's listen to Mohammed Kudus on why he has decided that Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, guys. All right, so let's listen to Kudus on why he's decided to join Tottenham Hotspur. This is what he said.
How big the club is, the history, and in the Champions League as well. So it's a big moment. I'm finally here. I'm very happy and can't wait to start. Most important part of why I come here is the project and how the manager sees I can develop under him, where he's come from, and seeing the amount of talent he's developed to become great players. It's a big sign of why, I wanted to work under him as well. I'm a very direct winger, strong, very good in taking players on and creating chances. There's a lot of flair in my game. I like to entertain the fans as well. It's putting a memory in the head of the fans that they have in their head going back home. The fans are really going to enjoy what I'm going to bring to the team. That's what football is about. Moved to Denmark, very big difference in culture. Played there 2 seasons, went to Amsterdam, 2.5 seasons, West Ham, then here. And that's what the journey has been, and using my God-given talent to have an impact on where I'm coming from and change the lives of people and my family as well. It takes a lot of hard work and 24/7 focus to play in a league like this. Every game requires a lot of quality and focus throughout the whole game. So I'm just here using my individual ability to help the team go as far as we can. I'm very team-oriented, so my personal goals lies around helping the team get as much as points we can.
Okay, so those are the words from Mohammed Kudus. He says a lot. He says that first off, let me just summarize it for you. He says he's very excited about the project at Tottenham Hotspur. He likes the manager. Given the kind of players the manager has developed over the years, he likes him a lot for that. So he's excited to join the project. Then he went on to talk about, obviously, his own playing style and what have you. So that's what it is. So Kudus Mohammed to Tottenham Hotspur. Very interesting transfer, this one, because Chelsea was reportedly very much interested, but it never really happened. So that's what it is. Anyway, so guys, let's get into it. Let's get into it then. Kudus Mohammed is officially a Spurs player. I think someone is drawing my attention that Umar Mamouche might have cost more and should be in that list. He cost around 70 million euros. So definitely should be in that list.
Costs 75 million euros.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot
I
of
think
money.
Osimhen would be after Pepe.
Yeah.
Then there's Mamouche.
In there somewhere.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. DK.
First of all, I heard what you were saying about him.
Did you?
I heard.
What did you hear?
I heard.
What were they saying?
Now you do know the press ups I used to do when I was in the barracks. If we are not serious.
If you hold on, if you say that we were just spreading propaganda, evidence is the name of the game.
How much will you put on it?
There is no how much. It is proving your own integrity.
No.
Defending your honor.
No.
Yes, it's defending your honor.
No. We'll put money on it so that after I prove myself, I'll chop money too.
Yeah, okay, fine. I will put 100 CDs on it.
It's too small.
Fine, 50.
For how many? For how many?
50.
For how many push-ups?
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Each push-up is 5 CDs. I guarantee you, Daniki. Guys, join the live stream. 10 push-ups.
You will let me gather him. And then point number 2.
You are going to sit down.
No, I'll do it.
When?
When the people join the live stream, I'll do it. Okay. See, somebody is going to take somebody's girl in Kumasi. And the thing is a big matter, and people are starting with Kudus. Let's put Kudus in the fridge. Let's attack the zero. Asante Kotoko, the biggest club in the country. Is that what is going on in their clubhouse? People are taking people's girls. They are not talking to each other, and it's affecting them on the pitch.
It's a problem.
It's a serious matter. Put Kudus in the fridge. Let us attack what Justice Blaze said this morning. Then we can go on.
Okay. Well, what we will do then is that we will go to Kumasi. But before we do that, this is what Daniel Cranting is referring to. I said it in my intro. But today, Justice Blake granted an interview where he dropped a lot of bombshells. But let me not be a Justice Blake translator or interpreter. Let Blake speak for himself.
I don't know me woman be. Woman or otobu ti mame like me send bibi or yeah the mame. Me madam for na kwame poku. Oh, say the madam for no the but the bachelor say me woman in me the natural say. Inti me woman in problem. Me woman in problem but no woman or makra no na number. No san was secret in the number. O say secret or ba or no be no. Okay. About the car na the bank or no be no. So secret in number. O say chi kwaje number no. Sana ono no wakwape woman no. Kwame poku wakwape woman no. Oni woman no chate and kasa like every day be your friend no. Na me so makwachire mane kwame poku akọ woman no store da. Otimi ko woman no wa abra mini ho. Na wakọ ho na wato aduane de akoma na wawo de aduane. Otimi fele woman ne tank ya de man this mean woman mean filling a car poda. Wo hu. Okay. I'll convince a woman no me ade na me wo me enfa na mabobo me Ghana na mabobo me bobo nko baby ade ma me bu script say na me say script na ayesa wo hu me say script na ayesa ante me bu no na script no sana wa ma me na kan nyina de a kire script no ansa na me bu no na script no ka kire me say de ekosu nya no kwame na oyesa de ekosu ye efie wo nyina kwame na oyesa nti the reason why me quarantine dan no ayesa ade no de ekosu ofe bia na woman ate say bi nye pun training kra na say bia me ye me free if anything me free was me koto aduane a na woman afra me pie enfa na me ko na je say obi aka kire no ibisa na say enye ono like onye hwe onko pe no ade no say no credit mo evidence no ha say o me phone so me ka kire no say de oye no jimidi no oye no onjai emba mo doso enye de menye na wo still na ade na je say me ware kra obetime edi my wife
Hey. Actually translate.
He said a lot of things. So yes. This is the Kwame Poku aspect. He says he had a sugar mommy. I'm sure everyone understands.
He didn't say sugar mommy. He said he had a girl B.
No, mommy. So he did.
Maybe he's into other women. You don't know.
Yes. Okay. So he had a girlfriend who was an older woman, and because Kwame Poku was his close friend in the Kotoko camp, he introduced Kwame Poku to this woman. And then they spoke. On the day he introduced the lady to him, nothing really happened, so they went their separate ways. But later he found out that Kwame Poku had gone behind him to now get close to the woman. And to the extent that he now started making overtures to the woman. So he was filling the woman's car tank, buying her fuel, essentially, buying stuff. He said he would send her lunch and all kinds of things.
Giving her 20 pounds.
And even said that he, Justice Bleno, he had not really been exposed. He's only played football in Ghana and hasn't traveled far. So Kwame Poku, has seen more of the world and all of that. Later, he had the information and came to the realization that it was the security man who was giving information to Kwame Poku. So he beats the guy because of that assumption he had made.
Yeah.
But after beating the guy, I don't know whether confessed but the guy told him that he needs to investigate the matter well because it is Kwame Poku rather who has been giving information to the woman. Now this information was to the extent that it looks like he was spying on him. It was like Kwame Poku was spying on him. So he says whenever he goes for training and he doesn't report to the hostel on time, the woman will call and ask where he is and all of that. And he noticed that each time the information had to be his whereabouts at the club hostel. So it confirmed to him that the person giving the information must have been at the hostel to know when he was not at the hostel. And he said the security officer who he assaulted accused Kwame Poku of it, and he believed it. So later he confronted the woman. The woman also didn't say anything satisfactory to him. He confronted Kwame Poku, and that's the last part where he says, if you can do this as a friend to someone who's my girlfriend, then if he gets married, he thinks that Kwame Poku could do that too.
That's what he said. He said it in the audio.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to go to Kumasi. Apologies. But now this is a serious matter because these are teammates. Now, he's gone on to say that he was told before the MTN FA Cup final that he wasn't in Kotoko's plans anymore. So he will not be with the team. But this happened while they were teammates. So it's revealing serious issues that need to be investigated, and potentially how is the club going to deal with these matters, and is it a pervasive culture that is at the club? Because we also cannot forget that only a few years ago the Kotoko players were accused of being pornographic material addict by the one who is now the technical director of the club, Malik Jaber. He once accused the Kotoko players of watching too much porn, not getting enough sleep, and spending all night watching porn. Now, these are a professional football club, one of the biggest in the country, if not the biggest in the country. So why do these issues keep resurfacing? What's happening? A man that's followed the team very closely this season, and for the past 5 seasons, is Fifi Manfred. And Fifi is joining us on the phone to throw more light on these matters. Fifi, thanks for joining us. You had the conversation today. What has been the reaction like in Kumasi? Because as far as we are concerned, this was quite explosive.
Yeah, thank you very much, Finto. In Kumasi, there's are shocked, not shocked of what exactly was being said by Justice Blake, but then shocked in the sense that a professional footballer will go on live radio sessions and say stuff like that. So this has really shocked a lot of people here in Kumasi. Kumasi and Kotoko fans are shocked by Justice Blake's attitude this morning. Also, the fact that for a lot of people, it's an I told you so moment where almost every person that has followed the club in the last few years has mentioned that Kotoko has general indiscipline issues, and like you mentioned, there are specific issues of some levels of sexual issues, general indiscipline, and the like in the Kotoko camp. So it's one of shock. It's one of we knew it, but then it's coming from a player, and then we are not surprised.
He levels. Listen, Justice Blake admitted that he drank a lot while he was at the club, but then he goes on to say he's not the only one that is doing that. Now we know that's a problem because professional footballers are advised not to do that. How serious is this issue, and what could this mean for the general atmosphere in the club now that he's gone out and gone ahead and mentioned specific names? Because these are wild allegations. What do you expect will be happening in the next few days with regard to all of these allegations he's leveled?
Finto, this is a very, very serious issue for a club of the caliber of Kotoko. I mean, like I said earlier, for a while now, a lot of people who are close to the club have said this, but then We journalists, I mean, if you ask almost every journalist here in Kumasi, every sports journalist, they'll tell you either they have seen a Kotoko player do this stuff before. If you ask the average Kotoko fan, they'll tell you that we've seen a Kotoko player in a particular drinking sport the night to a game. So, I mean, all of these things that are generally considered to be indiscipline acts and puts the name of the club into disrepute. But it is serious, and it's even more serious now because one of Justice Blade, I don't know, was one of the captains of the club, and Prosper Natu, he was one of the captains of the club. He still remained one of the captains of the club before he left the club just a couple of weeks ago. So for this to come to him, I mean, if you listen to what he was saying, there was a part where he was stopped by the host of the show, where he went on to mention that in the room that was adjacent to his, Kamara and another player were smoking shisha. I mean, in a hostel where they are not supposed to do that. I mean, for a lot of reasons, you are not supposed to smoke. It's not good to your health. Two, you are in a rented facility for the club. It can lead to fire issues and stuff like that. And I mean, that is so bad. And if you want to know how bad this is coming from a player who believes that he has nothing to lose at the club. He is a member of the club again. In fact, Justice Blade doesn't believe that he wants to play football again. If you look, if you know the letter in which he sent the Kotoko to ask the team to release him, he told the club that he wants to go to the US of A to continue his life. He doesn't want to play football again. So Justice Blade doesn't think that he wants to play anywhere in the world again. He's going to live his private life, and in that private life today, he believes that he can say and spill everything that's going on in there because, according to him, he has been fingered for a very long time as the only person that drinks. But like he said, he's not the only one. And to be very honest with you, this is not just Blade just talking. And I told you, in that issue of the womanizing and the players going after girlfriends, I mean, it's not a problem if you want to get a girlfriend, if you want to. Nobody cares about the morality bit of this. But then really, if teammates who are supposed to be united and fight together for the Kotoko badge are going after their own girlfriends, they are going after their own quote-unquote possible wives, sugar mummies and stuff like that, then that is worrying because, I mean, some of us are reliably informed that there was a girlfriend of one of Kotoko's players, he's popularly known as Awuche, who these senior players drove to the girl is in the senior high school here in the Asante region. They drove to the girl's senior high school. I mean, there are names like Kwame Poku who have been alleged to have given £20 to the girl to snatch the girl from Awuche. Justice Blake himself has made approaches to this lady in particular. So you see one lady and 4 or 5 Kotoko players literally trying to have the same woman, and that definitely doesn't bring unity in camp. That definitely doesn't bring that togetherness that you want. I mean, it is an isolated issue. It is just 2 players, but then if it's a section of players, it's 5, it's 6, and it's really bad. I mean, think of the fact that the team captain.
Did you say that the girlfriend of this Kotoko player Awuche was in secondary school, and there are 3 other Kotoko players that were chasing her and driving to her school, and one of them allegedly gave this secondary school girl £20?
Yeah, they did.
I mean, I how old is this girl? Is that even legal?
So the lady actually she's not a student. She's a teacher. She's a young national teacher.
Okay, thank you for clarifying, because I mean, I was very worried. No, he says he's a teacher, not a student. So that would...
Yes, so the lady's a teacher.
Yes, thank you very much. I needed that clarification because I was briefly disturbed. But let's talk about... but teacher to 25. Sorry. Forgive my silliness. Listen, Justice Blake has represented the Ghana national team. He was part of the Chan team. He was part of the Chan team that won the WAFU, I believe. He's been a very key member of the Ghana local Black Stars team at some point. In fact, he was deemed as one of the best midfielders in the Ghana Premier League at some point, roughly around the 2018-2019 season. And he was supposed to be a player that would go on to do big things. He joined Kotoko from Midday. Remember back then, it was a massive deal. How has his career derailed as much to the point where he's leaving Kotoko now and he's telling teammates, and by your own admission from his letter and even from listening to the interview, it appears that he's completely giving up on his football career, not helped by the fact that other more exposed teammates are taking his girlfriends. So, that's contributing to the issue. But footballing-wise, how big of an issue was his drinking? And is that what you would say is the reason his career hasn't exactly gone the way that many would have predicted?
Well, friends, if anybody in any venture at all shows serious indiscipline, then definitely that's going to affect their growth. I mean, you can put away the drinking because you can't really measure how much he was drinking. But then if he himself accepts the fact that he was beating security men in the lives, and it tells you that, I mean, he's seriously indisciplined. You can't be assaulting people like that and think that you can keep a cool head to play to the higher level. And I mean, I am reliably informed. If you look at Justice Blay for one, when Kotoko went to go and play in the US of A and got the first visa, he knew that he didn't want to play football again. He knew that life with football for him has not really worked, especially in the country. The fact that he has also not been able to move away from the country to make, proper ends meet. He feels like it's best that he relocates outside of the country and then goes to do something else with his life. So, yes, I think that I look at it in a general sense of he being indisciplined. I look at it in a general sense of he not being somebody who maybe wants to change the football goal to the higher level. And, of course, it has affected him. And friends, the sad thing is that in this interview, Justice Blay was sandwiched by his agent. His agent was in the studio. And I remember telling colleagues here that how does an agent sit next to his client and allow him to say stuff like this? It's just because you think that the road has ended for him in the sports, and then he just has to move on from there. So I think that has affected him. There have been a lot of Kotoko players who have seen people like that do this. In fact, there is a popular fufu and then drinking spot joint just adjacent to where the Kotoko players live. So on a regular day like this, where everything goes on, you when you are lucky, you get to see some of these players trooping in there to buy their regular food. Those who don't drink will probably not top up with any drink, but then those who do will probably take something. So for me, I think that it speaks to the general management of the club in the last few years, how it has been badly managed. And I said this the last time on our show here in Australia that Kotoko is a badly managed club, and I'm not worried, and I'm not scared to say this. The number of people who are managing the club, they are not enough. The number of people who are managing the club, some of them are just doing too much for themselves. When you leave Nanam and Crack alone to do a lot of things, he just cannot do things like this. You ask yourself, where is the team manager? But again, can the team manager live with these men, because they are not boys? Can he live with them every time, leaving his wife and kids at home? No, there's no kids there. It's about instilling discipline. It's about getting captains who see these players well. But even experts who have joined the team who are supposed to put up good performances, smoking shisha on a weekend where they probably have a game, that is worrying.
We saw Mohamed Kamara's performance in the President's Cup, spilling easy efforts and stuff like that. I'm not going to attribute that to the shisha, but when you are accused of course, now it's an allegation that Justice Blay is throwing here. He might just be embittered because we don't have proof. None of us has proof that Mohamed Kamara was smoking shisha or is fond of smoking shisha in the rented club facility. But bottom line is that they're the only two players' names he mentioned in a squad of over 30 players. Why did he choose those two? So that's also another question. My last one to you briefly would be, have you picked up any information on what Kumasi Asante Kotoko would possibly be doing in this situation?
Well, in the last, just before we spoke off air, we spoke to a couple of contacts in Kotoko, and what we heard was that the team's management, led by Hannah Odame, have asked the station where Justice Blaze spoke to get the full footage, peruse it, and then they'll make their decision from there. The sad thing is that you really cannot do anything to Justice because, he's out of the club now. It's about what Kotoko will do going forward to the players out there. I think it starts with Kotoko getting a strong management and getting a captain who can be somebody who is not like the other people. Friends, people drink, people do their stuff. Nobody cares about that. But in the clubhouse where there are rules, there are times you have to sleep, there are times you can drink or not drink. Even for people who drink regular fizzy drinks, Coke and what's not, you can't be drinking them at any point in time when you have games and the like.
Yeah, so, I think we all know drinking is not the actual issue here. It's being an alcoholic that is the problem.
Yeah.
And that's what Justice Blaze admitted to that. He said in Ghanaian parlance, we call it a drunkard, right? So he admitted to being an alcoholic. That is completely different from having a pint every now and then, having a bottle of beer after a game when you've won and you're celebrating. Those are normal, of course. That's not what we are talking about here. But Fifi, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us here on Game Plan. Fifi Manfred is with our sister station in Kumasi, in Shira FM, with a lowdown on the Kumasi Asante Kotoko issues. Denike, you wanted this matter dealt with. Are you happy now?
Serious matter.
Yes.
And for me, I'll start with the management of the club. Okay. When you listen to the whole interview, this in simple, like matters from the past.
Right.
Story upon story upon story. And there are some where Kankamwedi asked him if he had reported to management. And he said yes. Oh, this one I reported to this. Oh, this one I reported to team manager. My point is, when a group of individuals, young men, unmarried young men, have been grouped in one house, and the incidents week in, week out are proving to you that the maturity level is not there, you need to raise supervision. You need to tighten some strict supervision policy. You need to watch them. Because these are footballers. At the end of the day, you are paying them to play for the club. So they are your employees. You can't have booze in a clubhouse. Shisha in a clubhouse.
Baby girls.
Smoke is smoke. Their profession is largely dependent on stamina levels and fitness levels.
The maximum use of their lungs.
Thank you. So you can't be taking in substances. That will be a decreasing. Yes, the capacity of
performance.
Don't
of the
be
lungs.
doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. It's a serious indictment on the club. As for the this one has stolen this one's girl and this one's I should say sugar mommy. Maybe the guy just likes older women. That thing is cool. But all these things, no.
With £20.
Not the £20 too, no. £20 in your money, you be like 300 Ghana. If they go give this tonight, you levels day. You own there, you do like £2,000 and things. You understand? But you, some people, they see you £20 is chicken change for you. But I'm saying that £20 to somebody too is something. So, bottom line is, as for those ones there, that one we can analyze it separately. Because me, one book we don't try for the like. No, like.
Because they be like, go tell the girl, say, we are a local player on call, baby.
Yeah, based on the narration, they're quite going to try. But the bottom line is, see, some of these things, we might think.
You say play ball.
You say play no going away.
Okay. That will be where we talk about it. It's why your life this way.
I just don't know. I don't know.
No, but why if you go tell woman say your boy no play? Yeah, it be true. But why if
you go talk say the boy no play for the week? We me I don't know.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly.
We finna just say it be true. So people no lie. But you proceed.
No, but you see, the bottom line is we might see it as jest,
Right.
but this clearly affected the mood in camp. Because he said countless times, this person, he reached the point that I was not talking to him. When he's coming, I pass here, but I will try for it not to happen on the pitch, or for it not to be exhibited on the pitch. Now, you can't guarantee that if you genuinely don't like somebody and you go on the field of play, it won't affect. You will not show. It's not every time. Because what if Kwame Poku is balling that day? He's a star boy that day, 1 goal away from a hat-trick, and you can pass the ball to him for him to complete the hat-trick and take the headlines. And you know that those headlines, at the end of the day, the woman too will be impressed with the headlines. No, back or through. I'll pass to him. So the bottom line is, it's a serious matter that Kotoko need to look into. And I really admire the fact that they have offered a place for their players to stay, clubhouse. So in terms of accommodation and things, these boys don't hassle. But clearly what is going on in that house is affecting the team chemistry, and it's possibly affecting what is happening on the pitch. If management were aware, I think something serious should have been done about it. Yes, they have told him he's not part of the plans, and he did the interview. I think it was his manager. He didn't say it verbatim, but it seems like if you listen to the fine lines with undertones, I think that Kotoko also looked at attitudinal problems and then made the conclusion that fine, this guy is not or should not be
bad nut.
It's a bad nut, yes. But look, the number of names he's mentioned in there, the fact that there's violence in there. He said he went to slap somebody's daughter in the clubhouse. He's beating a security man in the clubhouse. Kotoko seriously need to look at this thing. So it's look, it's a serious matter.
Serious indictment.
Yes, serious indictment on it. And for me, it's painful because all of these things, it shouldn't have come out, and I feel wouldn't have come out if Kotoko had handled it much better. Mm-hmm. Because this whole 1 hour something minutes is a full interview of pain. The guy is still harboring a lot of, and he feels like, in fact, if you listen to the drunkard narration, he felt like everybody has made him look like he's the only one. So this is opportunity to show that, okay, this one to his part, this one to his part, this one to his part. Clearly the club hasn't handled it well enough. So Charlie, they need to seriously look into the matter again.
And one other thing that people probably haven't spoken about or are not looking at, that this could potentially deter players from joining the club.
Yeah.
Because
from what?
Deter players from joining the club.
Which players? Ghanaian players or people
yes,
from
Ghanaian
outside?
players.
Ghana.
Yes.
Kotoko. Because of this matter.
Relax.
It's a stretch.
Relax.
It's a stretch.
Relax.
It's a stretch.
Relax. Any player worth his salt, with a mind to progress in their career, no young player will want to enter that environment.
They will go, Papa.
Because that environment
they will enter.
Is not an exemplary environment
exemplary.
for any young player.
You are stretching it. You know the number of players.
You see, no. Let me finish.
You can use this.
I have a question for you. If you are an agent,
yes,
managing a 17-year-old,
yes,
and there is this thing happening,
yes,
at Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and Kotoko come and say they're interested in the player, you would not hesitate in thinking, is this the right environment for him to progress, for him to grow? It
will be a comparative analysis. Which teams are looking for the player? If Kotoko is the best club, the biggest club that is offering the best pathway for the kid, I'm going to get the kid there. I'm saying Kotoko is a great football club. Historically, they've produced some of the best players in the country. What Justice Blair is going to say is all allegations. Every player's name that he mentioned there can deny it, and Blair has to prove it. So I'm not going to sit here and say Blair said this, Kwampoku has taken a girl. Kwampoku, as it stands now, hasn't done anything. Fifi said he met Blair at a drinking spot. Did he say he met Camara and the others smoking shisha somewhere? Blair, in public, he has not managed himself well, and people have a perception about him. He's left the club, and all of a sudden, he wants to drag others into the same thing. I'm saying, things happen between people. It might as well be that his girl, for some time, and Kwame Poku is a friend. We've seen friends betray friends. That's not football. That is a social life. I'm not saying I'm supporting. That is a social life.
It's happening within the confines of the club.
That is not a club matter. The football club has no jurisdiction over Kwame Poku taking Blaze's girlfriend. The club can't do anything about it. Kwame Poku has a girl.
That's not what they're asking. That's not what anybody is asking.
I'm making a point.
Because
we are lumping all together.
You go on.
We are lumping all together.
No,
I want to separate things.
No, go on.
Now, Justice Blaze has come out to say that they say he's the only person who drinks in the club, and there are others too who drink in the club. Where's the evidence? It's an allegation. He's mentioned 2 players who were supposedly smoking shisha. An allegation. I'm not going to say that is true. The club can easily say what Blaze said is not true. They deny all of that. Their players are well behaved and well conducted in their clubhouse. Kotoko won the FA Cup last season. They won the FA Cup in the country. Kotoko were in top 4 in the league. They're not going to win the league every season. So even with everything that is allegedly happening in the club, they were incredibly competitive last season. They won the cup. They are going to Africa. Kotoko just beats.
You do know that. You do know for a fact though that per the club's own internal assessment,
it was unsatisfactory.
It was a very unsatisfactory
because
and that,
it is Kotoko.
Hold on. And that they actually bottled the league title, and for that reason they sacked the head coach that they deemed to not have managed issues well. So we're telling you that throughout this season, there's been evidence that the club has been very unhappy with the way the season has gone.
If you're a Kotoko coach, you finish second in the league, you finish the final in the FA Cup and you lose, it's still not satisfactory to Kotoko. That is the standard. Let the boys be 100% disciplined. They should drink only water. They should even eat fast and play football and drink water. Be fit and whatever. Go through. If you don't win the league and you win the cup, it is still not satisfactory for a club like Kotoko.
Fair enough.
So
but why do you think that things fell apart this season? Because Kotoko were in pole position to win the league.
Competing. The fact that Kotoko were competing doesn't mean they will be at the top throughout. Are you not listening to me? I'm saying Kotoko were competing from start to finish. Kotoko went on to win the FA Cup. My point is, it is Justice Blaze's words against the others. We've not heard the others speak. I'm not going to sit here and say because Blaze, who himself, look, Blaze is not a serious player. He's not a serious guy. Seriously, when you have come on radio to come and admit as a professional that you drink, to come and admit as a human being that you slapped a girl and you are abusive to a security man, why should I take any other thing you say serious? Why? Who blame who or Kabi Jatu? The guy has openly on radio. If he had any bit of common sense, and I'm using the word as it is, common sense, there is no way he boldly adds the part where he abused the girl. There is no way he boldly adds the part. That's not a sensible thing to say. So everything the boy is saying already makes me think like Blaine and Kaza some way. So it is true. But you if you slap some girl, your girl left you go take a more composed, somebody who's traveled and exposed that event. No, guys, no, look.
This is all he wanted to say.
No. See. Kotoko shouldn't stress. Blay is not their footballer.
Anymore, yeah.
You know what Arsenal said? Let me hold it there. Blay is no more with the club. And the boy has gone on to make allegations. For me, the allegations, the club can decide that internally we will investigate and they will manage the matter.
Yeah, that's what should be done. Because they are very concerning allegations.
No, the club can easily just in one line.
No, you don't get what I'm saying. I'm not saying from a PR point of view.
Yes.
I'm saying in actual fact.
Yes.
As for Kotoko, they can just easily write a statement and see what he's saying is lying.
Yes.
As for that one, it's easy.
Agree, yes.
But I'm saying that if it is really happening,
yes.
Because what he said had different timelines. He's not talking. He wasn't saying one story and he alleged different timelines from different times. Basically, different timelines. At the end of the day, they are concerning.
Yes.
And they seriously need to look into it because he also admitted that some of these things happen and I reported.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't look like it was dealt with well enough.
And I'm saying that, so if they are genuinely happening, the club should look at it. My point is simple. That
I even have a question. Why is Kotoko... Okay, you finish your point.
Go on.
No, I was going to say that even the whole idea, I think Daniel might have alluded to it briefly, but the whole idea of even putting professional players together in that small environment and call it a clubhouse.
This is Ghana. Where would they see?
No, I get it.
For me, I think it's a smart.
Let me ask the question.
So there are
what is the question, friends?
This is Jonathan Sowa. I think we all know him.
Yeah.
Striker.
Yeah, striker.
It is Black Star debut from Midday, right?
Yeah.
As well. He no longer plays in Ghana. just a few days ago, off season, he's been back. He's been doing some interviews. Karim met him last week and asked him in an interview. I think he came for a Asante interview, right? And then the guys interviewed him, and they asked him if he ever returns to Ghana, between Hasselhoek and Kumasi Asante Kotoko, which of those clubs would he join? And this is what Jonathan Sowa said. It feeds into the conversation. That's why I'm introducing it. So just listen.
I love both teams, but looking at Kotoko, it's far from my house. Yeah, because I'm now going to sleep in campus. And looking at the stage now, you can't tell me I'm from outside, then you come and stay in a camp. But in Ghana here or Accra here, I can drive my own car from my house to the training ground.
So basically, he says that he wants an environment where he can live at home and drive his own car to the to the training. But
it's not compulsory.
Yeah, he won't be forced to sleep in the campus. If
he can afford it,
if he can afford the place, he will get a place.
Look, we need to.
Is that the situation at Kotoko?
Yes,
it's not by force.
But he said that he went to hire a place because
let's clarify.
He left the place to go hire a place.
In the same interview, Justice Blaze said when he felt again allegedly that Kwame Opoku was snitching to their girlfriend. No. He didn't want them.
A girl with care, better care, and not slapping people.
Please. He didn't want. He wanted the information flow to cease, and the solution was to move out of the clubhouse and to go and rent. Clearly, players have that option to either accept or to move. And here's the thing: we need to sometimes treat issues with our local context. How much does the average Ghanaian player earn? What Kotoko and Hasselhoek are doing?
No, that is a brilliant.
It's a brilliant idea.
Brilliant idea.
Look, the average Ghana Premier League player who's earning 2,000 or 1,005, you're asking that player to go and use the entire salary to rent, and use what for his upkeep. So, I applaud the decision by Kotoko and Hasselhoek to put together the hostels for this club. If there is anything, I would say two things: Justice Blaze should not be saying the things he's saying. If I have any disappointment in Kotoko, is the fact that after the second abuse, they didn't get him arrested.
He's lucky boy working.
He's very lucky because, and you see, he's fortunate that the lady he slapped is very forgiving, and their family is very forgiving. You will not touch my sister, and then you be alive to come and tell the public that you did it.
Alive?
Be free enough.
Achu.
Be free to
rephrase that.
You heard what I've said. You
said you will not touch your sister
and be comfortable, be free, still have your freedom to go and sit on radio.
Able enough. You are a law-abiding citizen. So I don't want you to sit here and insinuate things that I know you are not capable of doing.
I am telling you.
That I know you will not do.
I'm telling you.
If
somebody beats your sister, if somebody beats your
the police will pick you up. But the manner of the picking up,
the law will
exactly. The manner of the picking up, no, I will not be responsible for it.
No problem.
The police will pick you up.
I like this.
So he should not be saying.
Better.
He should not be saying the things he's saying. Look, I think that as societies evolve, we learn how to deal with human behavior. One thing I would want Asante and Kotoko to perhaps introduce, and I think that is where they would need help from the NSA and the sports ministry. We need anti-doping laws in this country. Some of the substances that our athletes take in, without even knowing that they are performance-enhancing drugs, without even knowing the effects they have on them, are things that will not be allowed in other jurisdictions. 2021, we went to the Olympic Games, and a boxer, we know that story well, because the substance and the stuff that were banned are things that they take every day in Bukom. They take every day in Sekendi, in Jamestown, Kumasi, all of these places. Because in Ghana here, nobody cares what you smoke. Nobody cares what you drink. But if there is a regulation that makes it enforceable, that if the club takes any sample of yours and test it, and they realize that you have this amount of this substance in your blood or in your urine samples, your contract is automatically terminated. Players will think twice. Because, let's face it, there are things that you cannot legislate. Alcohol, weed, all of those other substances, they will smuggle it into the clubhouse. You can't stop them. But if the player knows that there are sporadic tests, that if they fail that test, their contract is automatically terminated without compensation, they will set up. But as we speak, there is no consequence for being drunk the night of a game. There is no consequence for mixing up all of these.
He drank, but he wasn't drunk.
No, he's making a general statement.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is no consequence for all of these substances that. There is no consequence for any of these substances that our players taking. So something has to give. Again, I like the idea of providing free accommodation for all of our players.
Yeah.
It is excellent conditions of service. Even some of the best companies in Ghana do not do that for their employees. The best you are going to get is a rent advance, which will be deducted from your salary.
So you are saying that actually, if they put you, me, Captain, all of us in Clubhouse Multimedia, you like?
If you can afford it, you rent your own place. You don't need to stay there. Justice Blair was paid to the extent that, and you see, here's the thing: beyond the accommodation, salary levels are also improving at these clubs. So that when Justice Blair felt that the brother man was snitching on him, he said, I won't even do again. He went to rent his own place. Which is, if you look at it, the level of comfort that a player must have, that in what he deems as an emergency situation, he needed to find the money, he was able to. It is good. The only thing is, once you have done that, you also need to take it a step forward and look at how you manage people. As for the relationship and the girl snatching parts, you can't blame Kotoko. You can't blame.
That one is your personal.
That one is your. So I would encourage.
Fine girl, the two boys, they do the thing. One.
I would encourage.
No, that's why I said that one they will go for discuss some on the side.
Guys,
It's all about weapon.
you know, this is one of the.
If your two boys are chasing one girl, it's about.
Oh, it's fair love and war. In fact,
it's about who has the weapon. And then
who has the exposure?
Kwame's weapon was exposure. What
And
you blame? You blame what's your exposure?
the head.
You blame. They get the buy boots for you. Kwame put the girl in tank. Who they pay? Weapon.
But
God,
how did he even think it was a good idea to admit that he know the pay?
No, that one there be side issue. That one be side.
Guys, I've just discovered that there are people who are leaving all kinds of comments on the YouTube stream. Let me name that.
Oh, Charlie.
Joseph Sasaku says that he came for do the push-ups. We are waiting. And then he left another comment, and this is my favorite. He said, while Sugar Mommy just display the take hole in body, Kwame Opoku come snatch her from your mouth, make you vex.
You know, say Kwame Opoku was being a sugar daddy to the mommy.
Sugar daddy.
Kwame Opoku. It was not be a sugar daddy to the sugar mommy. Bless sugar mommy.
How do you know?
He tell you say sugar mommy.
I'm even shocked.
No, the guy says it.
He described two ladies.
All right.
I'm saying that the girl that's Justice Blade, they take boots, and the girl they sort arm. Kwame Opoku sort the girl.
So your girl no go fit sort you. If you get girl.
She they sort me.
So if you talk say you get someone the woman they say why they talk say sugar mommy.
DK, you are watering down the thing.
No,
Master. I've got another message.
Men
Tiger Tyson says, I don't agree with Sicho. Any issue that can affect players' psychology or focus is the business or the matter of concern to the club.
I want to ask a question.
If
a player has a problem in the house, a player is going through a divorce with their wife at home, what would the club do? They go and beg the wife not to go.
We know that clubs have offered those kinds of helps to people.
That one they'll give you a psychologist.
Speaking specifically to being in a position.
What we are going to do now is take a short break. Remember, this is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. The show is proudly brought to you by Betway. Betway's Scratch and Win is back with a bang, a whopping 9 million Ghana cedi prizes, ranging from cash, free Spains, free flights, and more. They're all up for grabs from the 1st to the 31st of July. But how do you take part? Simply log into betway.com.gh, bet on sports or casino, and you will get your daily scratch card. From there, it's just scratch, match, and win, with every day being another chance to strike your luck. Only at betway.com.gh. But also, let me tell you about Petrosol, of course, and Remember all of the excitement that we brought you with the Dreams promo for 10 incredible years. Petrosol Platinum Energy celebrated with you in the Energizing Dreams promo. We poured joy into your journeys, rewarded your loyalty, and shared in your aspirations. So, as a result, now you know that, but as the sun rises on a new day, so too does a new chapter for Petrosol Platinum Energy. While the anniversary celebrations have concluded, our promise remains unwavering to be your trusted partner on the road in every endeavor. Petrosol Platinum Energy, triple ISO certified, multiple award winning with over 100 stations nationwide. We contribute to deliver the quality we're continuing to deliver the quality fuels and lubricants you depend on. We remain committed to energizing your dreams, fueling your progress, and empowering Ghana's growth. Our tagline says it all: Petrosol, energizing dreams. It's not just a slogan, it's our enduring commitment to you. Visit any of our 100 stations across Ghana and experience the Petrosol difference: quality you can trust, service you can rely on. Petrosol Platinum Energy, still energizing your dreams today and always. The Joy Sports Invitational is back August 29. We're bringing corporate Ghana together under one roof at the University of Ghana Stadium for a day of fun, networking, sporting activity. This year, we've got it all. Volleyball, swimming, table tennis, 5-kilometer race walk, masters 50-meter dash, CEO's penalty, football, mixed relays, volleyball, drought, and so much more. Chess and what have you. So prepare. Come and register your company. Take part, network, find new clients, find new customers, discover, enjoy, play. For registration, call Slevin, or you can send him a WhatsApp message on the number 0540 106 466 or visit the Joy FM front desk. So tell your HR, pressure them to sign up for the Joy Sports Invitational. It's on August 9 at the University of Ghana Stadium. It's a Saturday. The weather is perfect. The weather is amazing. So you will have fun. You enjoy. Mark your calendar and sign up. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, Mohamed Kudus, Tottenham Hotspur, we'll talk Noni Madueke, what he brings to Arsenal now that he's going there. And then we'll end by previewing the FIFA Club World Cup final on Sunday between Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain. So we've still got a lot on the show to come. Plus your messages on 055 1111997. Your thoughts and your predictions on the FIFA Club World Cup, Kudus' move, what have you. All of them welcome on the WhatsApp number 055 1111997. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM and on Hit 103.9 FM.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Every day from 1st to 31st of July, Betway is giving you the chance to strike it lucky and win a share of 9 million Ghana cedis and prizes in Scratch and Win. Place any bet on sports or casino and earn your daily scratch card for a chance at cash, spins, free flights, and more. Exclusively at Betway. Get way more at betway.com.gh today. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
Welcome back. That was a very brief break. This is Game Plan 99.7 Show FM. Lots of messages here. Daryl says, this life, just have money. That's all. So that all this stress will not follow you. Yeah. Yes, so...
He said, read the message again.
He says, this life... Just have money.
Yes.
That's all. So that all this stress will not follow you.
Money answered all things. Kwame Poku, he went to Saudi to play Division 2. I didn't lie. He went to Algeria to Algiers. You play for Aquadem. What's that? Where Paul is? Where Paul?
Mickey says, why before say Afope when she's paying? He's referring to
Situ.
Yes.
Somebody to go can't pay the dick and they have to go break.
King Salasi says, Courtois snatched De Bruyne in Gale. Football is a team sport. Without the right focus, it will affect the team in the long run. I feel the team is not well managed.
See, De Bruyne self no talk.
I've got more messages here. Let me go through them.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Quick one. Do you remember in your team what happened between Wayne Bridge and John Terry? Have you not since wait. Have we not since had talented footballers go to Chelsea for development? Have you told Kudus where Chelsea for the Kudus? Did you tell Kudus?
No, you don't get it too. No.
If a young player is going to,
you didn't understand his question. Really? His question was not referencing the girls' matter.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
It was referencing the presence of or alleged presence of shisha and booze comfortably seated in the camp.
You don't want a young player in that environment.
Did you have a period in Chelsea's history where their best player didn't train?
Who didn't train? Or didn't train hard?
They were happy that he didn't train. He wasn't training. He would come and keep ball around, but match the baller.
He's talking about Hazard.
But
that's not.
But is that a good example for any young player? But still, Madueke and Kudus.
No. That is not. You see, that's not an environmental issue. That's a very individualistic issue.
It's environment. Just a player know they train. But all the players and coaches they hype say he doesn't train by the baller. He doesn't train by the baller.
I'm just being silly right now. Let's go on. I've put your microphone off. What for that? This one says, hi, fan. Thank you for a great show. I'm happy for Kudus' move. I'm happy for Kudus' move. My prayer is that he will always score the winning goals against top teams, especially Chelsea. Interestingly, Chelsea is the one top team that Kudus hasn't scored against yet since moving to the Premier League. But he scored against Man U, Man City, Arsenal. It's not scored against Chelsea. So Dale's message continues. Says, for Real Madrid, we lost the match because we are not defensively solid. It's not about not able to press. Madrid has never been a pressing team. We sometimes rely on defensively solid team play to win. Example is Man City last year. We will bounce back better. Xavi ball, we trust. For the final, Chelsea will lose by 5-0 from Dale in Madrid. He sent us that particular message. Nitojo from Newtown says, player discipline is key. Kudos to Kudus. And he say, R.I.P. Diogo and Andrea. This one said, good afternoon to you, Fent. And the last, Kase. This is shocking. Blaze run is another testament of the level of indiscipline and leadership deficit in Kotoko's camp. Charlie, the likes of Newcastle and Spurs are spoiling the market for United. Looking at the amounts they're paying for their signings, why wouldn't Brentford hold out for what they're demanding for Mbuemo, who's been far better than the players that are going for higher fees? We tire pa from Awushi. This message says, good afternoon, friend. Just small clarification. Spurs' most expensive signing is Solanke, 65 million. That is true. Thank you for that. Kweku from Odoko. I've got another message for here. This one says, hello, friend. Please tell the agents of Osman Bukhari to force a move to the English Premier League for him. Stanley in Achimota. All right, Stanley, thank you for your message as well. Guys, let's come home. We have 3 issues to go to, so we need to be very strategic. The first is Kudus, then the Club World Cup, then Black Queens. For Kudus Mohammed to spare 6-year deal, 64 million euros is a lot of money he's gone for. There were reports that Chelsea were interested, what have you. bottom line is, he says that it was always Spurs. Could you understand why it was always Spurs?
Oh, it's a wonderful PR talk. The fans will love it.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't always Spurs, it was the best thing to say. And to be honest, in the window, it looked like it was only really Spurs that were pushing to get him.
Mm-hmm.
All other teams showed interest or asked around for him. Typically, Chelsea was only about interest. They were like, yeah, we think we would like to sign him, but they never progressed it or, spoke to West Ham about it. They probably might have spoken to Kudus' camp, but they didn't make an offer. No, we don't know about that. So it was probably only Spurs that was really pushing. But it was a great way to start his Spurs career, letting the clubs know, the fans know, that I didn't come here because you were second choice.
Right.
I came because I wanted to be here. It has always been you. That is why I've done it early. So Kudus Day has been well managed. You see, when he speaks very well. He says the right things. He conducts himself really well as a good professional.
He's PR trained.
Unlike but so
PR trained. What I want to know from you is, how does Kudus fit into this Spurs team, in this Thomas Frank Spurs team? If you look at the Spurs front three and you look at attacking numbers, all of them had better attacking numbers than Kudus from last season. Whether it's XG, goal contributions from last season, Johnson, Kulusevski. I was looking at the comparison. All of them, in terms of attacking numbers, had better attacking numbers in that sense. Kudus obviously also is better in certain areas, like,
dribbles.
Thank you very much. Take-ons, success rate, and what have you. So how does he? Because there's somebody that said that he was overpriced because they don't understand why he is the least in terms of actual contribution to attacking play.
Yeah.
In terms of in the comparison to the other forwards that they have, and yet he's come for a fee that is ridiculously high. Already you can see that there are certain elements trying to put a bit of pressure on him and what have you. How do you think he fits into this Thomas Frank system and team?
Well, yeah. Look, first of all, I understand why people would say what they say about the price tag, because on the back of last season, we didn't really see a great performance, really. And I've said that I feel sorry for Kudus because the last season performance wasn't a Kudus problem. I thought it was a West Ham problem. The reason why there isn't one player who was outstanding at West Ham, and they've got some very talented footballers. Bowen was underperformed his level. Paqueta underperformed his level. Souček underperformed his level. Everybody in the club, including Kudus. So it would be harsh to say Kudus underperformed. If all other players did play very well, and Kudus' performance was flat, then we can start questioning Kudus. I thought it was a club and a structure and the managerial change. It didn't happen for Lopetegui. Chelsea's former coach Potter came. It didn't really work. But what Spurs are paying for, I think, is the potential and the high ceiling globally. Everybody knows Kudus has. Like, there's no doubt about what Kudus could potentially be.
The ceiling of his talent
is incredibly high. Can he though? It's where people say, are we sure? Because we've seen several potential footballers who never hit those heights. So the question is, it's all about the doubts. If Kudus can go in and be consistent enough to realize the potential we all know he's got. And so that's why people are questioning the price. Now, on what he can achieve for Spurs. Look, he's coming to play under a manager who has a trademark in improving players, Thomas Frank. And that is all he did at Brentford. At Brentford, they never really went to the market to buy players who were already made, players who were established or settled. They would always bring in a player who was promising and it was going to fine-tune them. At Spurs, though, he's more likely to have a lot more players who are more polished and more ready to get into action than players he had there. So what he has to do then is to just polish and then tactically set them into his system. We are not too sure how Thomas Frank will line up against in the Spurs team because he's shown with his Brentford team that he's very malleable a coach, where he could go with the back three, he could play the 4-2-3-1, at times he could play the 4-4-2, and even in games he's able to make tweaks. So he can start a game with the back three, but by the time you realize Brian Mbeumo, who started as a wing back, is playing as a forward wide player. But where Kudus could fit in.
Is this his Mbeumo? Is Kudus his Mbeumo?
Kudus could probably be his Mbeumo, but then that leaves other questions. What happens to Brennan Johnson? Who, if Kudus is going to be his Mbeumo, that is where Kudus would have to play, because he had his best football season in his career, the best football season last season. Yeah. I mean, Spurs' top goal scorer, scored a lot of goals, important goals and what have you, was involved in the goal that eventually led the Uganda in the Europa League. So The question then is...
Kulusevski is an entirely different player.
Yeah, Kulusevski is different. He can use it for different things. I just don't think maybe he has the best of pace to play that position in Thomas Frankie's team. But I think Kulusevski could be the one player that he can use as he did with Damsgaard. In and around the number 9, where he can have the free roll, combine well in the middle of the park. I think that he's going to use him like he used Mbeumo. And other times too, he could probably, if he's going to play the back 3, probably play him alongside Solanke. The reason why Achu has formed a very serious, a very lovely word, Solanke plus Kudus, Sokus. So yeah, I think that is where it's going to be. But ultimately, it's going to depend on Mohamed Kudus. I think he's going to go into the team straight away and he's going to start. But once he gets that opportunity to start, he has to hold and grab that position. Because one thing Kudus hasn't had in his career yet is to really define the kind of player in what role he is, right? Because we know he's got great talent. He can flash everywhere across the front 3. I don't think that has served him well in the last couple of seasons because it's like he can be an amateur, he can be a wide left or wide right. At Spurs, he should hold down a position, be consistent with it, and keep on delivering. Because at Spurs, if Kudus doesn't deliver, the new coach would then have to give an opportunity to the other players who were there before him. There is Son, there is Brennan Johnson, there is Kulusevski, as you've mentioned. There are other players in the fray as well. So yeah, I think he goes in there. The manager will improve him. Spurs play fantastic football in terms of traditionally they're an attacking team, expansive, and I think Kudus will thrive in that environment.
Arsenal murals have been vandalized with Arteta out messages outside of the Emirates Stadium a day after Arsenal have a £50 million bid accepted for Noni Madueke.
That deal doesn't make any sense.
Why?
That deal doesn't make any sense to me.
Why not?
Thank you for the question. Now, Noni Madueke, we know he's a very limited footballer. He can play in I think only 2 positions, but he can favorably play in just one, and that is where Saka plays, right? Now, Saka is always going to play, and Saka has got a great genetical makeup. He barely gets injured, barely. He's very fit. He takes care of his body really well.
Since he came to Chelsea, he's not really big.
No, hang on. I'm talking about Saka. Relax. Relax. Calm on.
Thank you.
I'm saying because Saka barely gets injured, it means Madueke won't play enough in that position. Are you listening? Because so Madueke can be fit. He can be fitter than Saka. But 80% fit Saka will play. Madueke won't. Madueke doesn't strike me as a player who is selfless. I think, and it's a good thing for footballers who believe in their abilities. He's selfish enough to want to be on the pitch for most times. So when he's not played games, it doesn't look like he's a happy player. It doesn't look like a player who will be happy not to be playing a lot of games. And Chelsea, you're a Chelsea fan, you know this. He'll complain about not playing games. And for a club like Arsenal, sometimes you need squad players who accept that they are better part players. But when they get the opportunity, bang, they'll go in there. I don't think Madueke is that kind of player. And when they sign that player, the market is crazy. You're going to sign him for 50 million. And maybe then, the market is crazy. 50 million, that's a lot of money for Madueke. If he comes into the team, does a 50 million attacker sit on your bench because you've got Saka and then you've got Trossard, you've got Martinelli for him to compete with? I think in the Martinelli role, that's not his best. Chelsea have tried to accommodate him there. I don't think he flourishes down that side really well. And in terms of Arsenal's balance, does he aid what Mikel Arteta loves to do? So I don't necessarily get the signing of Madueke. If it is indeed for him to come and be an option to Saka, who is almost always fit, because of the personality of the player. I agree that they need a Saka option, but they need a personality who can be okay to play few minutes and few games, but anytime he has the opportunity, he's upbeat, he's not sulking.
Player who will accept that, so long as
Saka is fit and ready, some way, Onyebi Mbosa, Carabao, 15 minutes here and there. And here's the thing, if he's beginning to put up attitude and Arteta has to manage the 2 players, then it affects Saka because after 70 minutes, Saka starts thinking, I'm going off, Madueke is coming on. After 75 minutes, Saka is going off. And how will Saka take that? Right? Will Saka be happy to not be finishing games in the Premier League? Will Saka be happy to be taking off in games in the Premier League? Because you don't give Madueke 5 minutes. You want to give him 15, 20, and if he's going to come in for Saka, how does Saka take that as well? So for me, even though he's a talented footballer, the personality of him doesn't necessarily suit who is going to go and replace.
It's not just about he gets in the few minutes in games. We're looking at a significant slash in terms of just the number of games he plays. Basically, last season, he played 32 Premier League matches, 5 in the Conference League, 5 in the Club World Cup, 2 in the Europa Conference League qualifiers, FA Cup, and then League Cup. A total of 46 games. That is what he's used to. Now,
That's a lot.
Yes, that's a lot. If the general perception or expectation that he is being signed as a Saka backup is anything to go by, then the expectation, or we can infer that he would only play if Saka needs to be rested or if Saka is injured. So the only way Arsenal get value for this transfer is banking on the hope that Saka gets injured, or between
what kind of hope is that?
But that's what he was signed for. Either Saka needs rest or he's injured. He was not signed as Saka's competition. He can't compete with Saka unless Arteta is going to manufacture something for him to automatically begin to be excelling in a role that we've never seen him excel before, either left wing or in the Odegaard role. Otherwise, we are potentially looking at Madueke being asked to now accept less than half of the game time he was used to last season. Because if Saka is fit and is available, you know that the best case scenario where Madueke gets to start is in the cup games, and with the hope that Arsenal go far in League Cup and in the FA Cup. I don't think Arsenal have got the squad to go deep into the League Cup, deep in the FA Cup, deep in the Champions League, while still being competitive in the Premier League. So
all of this. So
the low hanging fruits for Madueke will be maybe some 3 games in the FA Cup. He starts all of them. Some 6 games or 5 games in the League Cup.
Then we get to the finals of Saka will come and play. Will be on the bench.
All of them. All of you agree that while Saka needed a backup, Madueke is not the backup.
He's not the backup. Also because for an insurance policy, it is seriously a lot for Arsenal to commit. 50 million pounds for someone who is not coming to compete, but is the guy sitting on the bench and has to accept that the guy starting is better.
Interesting. Danny, quick thoughts on this?
I would only not understand this deal if the areas of priority are not strengthened. That's if the Gyökeres deal doesn't happen. If the left winger deal, be it Eze or recently they say people want Rodrigo. If those deals don't happen, then I may have some qualms with this deal because it's quite a lot of money. But look, when Man City does things like this, nobody complains. Look at the squad Liverpool have built. Look at the squad Man City have built. Arsenal is the only team that is going or running for the Premier League title that has a standard first 11 in everybody's head. If you want to build a squad, you must make some of these sacrifices in this market. In this market, why are you going to get a competent? And I say competent because you don't play 32 games for Chelsea last season and you are that bad. No, obviously Saka is world class. If Barcelona are going to buy a backup to Lamine Yamal, you don't expect him to be on the same level as Lamine. They are outliers. Saka is world class. So by all means, if you are going to buy a backup in the Premier League, he will cost you money, but he will not necessarily be on the level of Saka. We've seen Arsenal burn out at the tail end of season after season after season, 3 seasons in a row. Now this time around, you have an option that is competent enough to play some matches. Saka doesn't need to play every game. It's not every match that Saka needs to play. Some of these other Premier League teams like Liverpool, Man City will have the luxury of resting some of their top players in a Champions League game against Club Brugge because on Sunday they are going to play a big game in Premier League. Arsenal can't because if Saka doesn't play, it's Wanyeri, it is Sterling, it is this thing, and it's a considerably weakened team.
How many games do you think that would be like? How many games do you think in a season that would look like?
No, the bottom line is the appearances will build up. If you Man City with there are certain players who start most games at Man City.
I wanted to ask you
but the French players.
I want to ask you a question on this line. A club like Liverpool, it's impossible for them to have a backup for Mohamed Salah, and they've struggled to do that. They've tried to use that Harvey Elliott. He's been injured. It hasn't worked. A club like Man City 3 years ago, they had a backup for Erling Haaland in Alvarez. Then an injury struck to Kevin De Bruyne. Pep Guardiola had to use him as a number 10, and she played a lot of games because of that. But in the end, the player wasn't happy. He left. right? So I'm saying that when you're back up to the world class player in the team, you can't have a player whose personality is like Mr. Pesemi Bobby. You need a player who accepts that he's the world class. I'm here to support him. So Alvarez will stay at City. He left. Liverpool have not had anybody to back up Mohamed Salah, and Saka is Arsenal's Haaland and Arsenal's Mohamed Salah.
Look, I get that's what I'm saying. That's what I say. I will only not understand this deal if the rest of the priority deals are not. But if they are done, I don't see the qualms about this thing. Madueke coming to, if Madueke himself and Arteta, they've spoken. If Madueke really thinks he's going to get 32 appearances, starts in the Premier League ahead of Saka, he himself is a joker. He knows he's joking because it won't happen. He's going to sit on the bench. But the issue is that if you want to buy a competent player who can be a competent backup to your star player at this level, it's going to cost you money. By all means.
Fair enough. Interesting. Let's talk about Madueke, 50 million. But Chelsea, they're doing something.
No, but you try. Hey, you know how to sell, Papa. 60 million, Mason Mount. 50 million, Madueke.
The best selling club in the whole world is Chelsea Football Club.
And the best buying club too.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, they throw money away. By the best, we mean like
quality
buy, not buying volume.
No, I'm saying that you get it back.
Selling,
if you throw away, you get it back.
Yeah, but in terms of the selling, it's quality sales.
High risk, high reward. You buy plenty.
In terms of the buying, I can't guarantee that a lot of it has been quality buying. But the selling,
you did try.
Oh, Chelsea.
Try.
How the boost is.
It's okay. Let's go to the next topic.
The next topic is Club World Cup. I want to go to Achu on this one. Achu, Chelsea Football Club against the ever-conquering Paris Saint-Germain. They embarrassed Real Madrid on Wednesday night by 4-0. Before that, even at the start, Atletico also took 4, and then in the middle somewhere, the GOAT, Lionel Messi and Inter Miami also took 4. It's like PSG, there's literally no team in the world that is capable of stopping them. And don't tell me Botafogo beats them. It doesn't count. When PSG are in top gear, they look unplayable. But they come up against a Chelsea team that knows exactly how to face defiance. No?
This Chelsea team.
Chelsea Football Club.
This team, no.
They tried with their back against the wall.
Context. This team, when did they show that? Context. This team, when did they show that?
They considered the Conference League final. And what happened? In the league, Danny K, on paper, they said Chelsea will not make Champions League. And especially after Jackson went and got himself sent off against Newcastle, Chelsea had to play Man City, play Man United, play Liverpool. Chelsea still ended up qualifying for the Champions League. When everyone
so that is their backs against the wall.
Yes.
Okay.
But in 2012, they said...
I said this team, why are you taking us to
this team, I've given you an example. Now I'll give you the team spirit.
I don't need that, thank you.
Okay.
Look, Chelsea have met their objectives for this competition, right? They needed the new players they had signed to come in, and then, however brief a spell they were going to have, let people get the feeling that they made the right acquisition. So far, Delap has done that. Joao Pedro has also done that. I think perhaps the one player who lists with the biggest credits is Moises Caicedo as well.
What a player!
Yeah. Now, there are no question marks about the money Chelsea paid for him. So, on that side, in terms of the look and feel of the new players who came in, it looks like they have something they can work with. Even for the outgoing players, Nkuku has looked very decent.
At the Club World Cup, yes.
So,
and that's why we'll get another... Danike, how much you think you...
Like
45?
35, 40.
Yeah, like 40. Nkuku will be around 40.
Like 40.
Sell him to some Bundesliga club, don't worry.
Bundesliga, Premier League club, they pay 50.
Even goalkeeper jogging say...
But West Ham, you can sell him to West Ham for 50.
You are right. You are right. They have money now.
They will take the Kudus money.
Yeah, they have money now.
You will take the team.
So on that
Chelsea
score,
still can make like another 200 million.
Yeah.
If we line up all the players that can go.
So on that score, I think they've done very well. And then they've made good money from the competition. Now we're looking at north of £80 million.
Yeah.
Which is not easy money to find. Right? So, look, they have met their expectations. The manager has managed the team in a manner that they have not disgraced themselves. PSG are just what they are. That's that's the problem.
A disturbing machine.
Look, Sunday, if I am Maresca, let's go out there and enjoy ourselves. If we can limit the damage, fine. If not, there is no shame in losing 3-1 or 3-0 to PSG.
So they should just throw their arms in the air.
I didn't know. I said go and enjoy yourselves and do the best you can. Limit the damage if you can.
Because
if
winning
there are chances,
is not an option.
No, it's not. There is no scenario where... Look, people have this idea that because, excuse my language, PSG have got midgets in the midfield, you can bully them. In the period that they've actually stepped things up and have been good, they've met about 4 Premier League clubs. On no occasion did they look physically inferior.
True.
Even the game
Liverpool.
they lost at home to Liverpool. They battered Liverpool. The goalkeeper had an all-timer performance, and he said it that Alisson, after the game, he's never been as good.
That was his best game of last season for
and
sure.
Nobody's going to. We'll throw you if you lose. That one. The game is the game. But there is no shame in losing to. The most important thing is what they do in the coming season. Right? Because at a certain point, we need to begin to see the signs of whether or not this project will work.
Okay.
You have
so far. You are saying that you've not seen the signs from this season. Champions League football, a trophy,
I think this
Club
is
World Cup final.
This is the season where you can make it the definitive.
All
it
right.
is Chelsea. Stop talking about Conference League. Stop talking.
Sijo, you have about 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's enough. I think. Look, credit to Chelsea, right? On top of my mind, I didn't think they would be at the final of the Club World Cup. Every game that they came across, all the games in front of them, they won. They've lost only a game in the group stages. That game against Flamengo, and it sent social media into a frenzy. But yeah, they've since attacked every game almost differently, and that's the thing I like about Chelsea. Really, they're not entirely predictable, Chelsea, because every game and the test that comes up to them, and they're able to respond in different ways. However, they're coming up against a very devastating PSG team. And this PSG team, it's an expensive team assembled, though. They say we do Kvaratskhelia, all of them, Joao Neves. They are not cheap. They are very expensive buys. But it is what the manager has made out of them that is exciting. The coaching and the principle of the work that they do. And for me, it's the all-round effort they all put together. I've not seen an attacking team that has its attackers work harder than its fullbacks or its defenders. To be honest, sometimes Marquinhos and Pacho look like they are on some holiday. And looks like Desiree Kvaratskhelia are getting in the shift. Dembele getting in the shift. And so that is what Chelsea are going to come up against. When you play against PSG now, all the 11 players on your side have to be absolutely concentrating 110% because it is just that one lapse of concentration that PSG can get around you. And they easily find these spaces. So I think their favourites PSG, I think they are going to win. But Chelsea can look at getting into the Club World Cup final and be... Obviously, when you lose the final, you'll be disappointed. But I think Chelsea have got a lot of positives to pick from this. Going to the Club World Cup final, making the money they've made, the coach learning more about some of the players that he's got in the side, and then giving some the opportunity to try new things ahead of the short preseason they would have. So yeah, bring it on. Give us a good game, Chelsea. Maybe surprise us. Maybe go on and beat PSG. I just think PSG are going to win it.
Interesting. Danike, João Pedro, what a debut he had. The dream debut. But Paris Saint-Germain, obviously, they just look unbeatable at the moment. Is there any way, under any circumstances, where Chelsea can hurt PSG?
Yes, football is possible. Look, PSG are overwhelming favourites. The game could be over by halftime. But Chelsea, look, you said it. It may not have happened too many times with this team, but Chelsea have shown some resilience. And what you mentioned last season is perfect. Nobody expected them to. At a point, they were competing for the title. Then they dropped off and they managed to come back and finish in the top 4, which was a very competitive top 4 race last season. So they've shown a lot of growth over the past 12 months. And for me, physicality and off the ball work, their work rate off the ball will be very crucial if they want to get something out of this PSG team. And also, the form of their goalkeeper. The fact of the matter is that PSG will create chances. No matter what you do, they'll carve you open, they'll create chances. So whoever starts in goal for Chelsea will have to be on top form. Sanchez will have to be on top form. He has shown at times that he can be a very good shot stopper. And at times also. But we hope that from a Chelsea point of view, you'll be hoping that the good and prolific Sanchez will be the one who shows up. And the PSG defense doesn't get talked about a lot. the defensive unit as a team, the system defends very well. But the few chances that Chelsea would carve, they will have to be prolific. And that's why for me, selection will be very important on the day. Who plays and who doesn't play will be very, very important on the day. And certain decisions on the ball. Because we will not have that Jackson Kopama incident again. That one, if Jackson shoots and he doesn't miss, no, they should knock him. That one, they are out. This is not a sort of game where you can get those chances and fluff them. So Chelsea will have to be very clinical, and they are off the ball, and their off the ball work rate will have to also be at optimum level. And I'm talking to Kopama. He will have to do a lot of work off the ball because Chelsea will not have and stop jogging and walking about. He's not Messi. He's not going to tell him. He's not Messi.
Oh, he has to read the game.
Ice Cole Palmer.
Messi, they go free read game, but Cole Palmer,
But the way Messi works and reads the game is special. It's very
yeah.
different.
So you're saying that. So I'm sure he read the 4-0. He could see everything unfolding before his eyes.
Well, that's easy. PSG, when he's coming, then he's doing. You understand?
Guys, thank you very much. I think that's our show today. The Black Queens game, like I said, we'll have analysis of it on 103.9 Hits FM from 4 p.m. That's when they kick off their match against Mali. Danny K, Lawrence, Achu, we'll have live commentary for you on Hits FM.
Shout out.
Yes, please go ahead.
Big shout to Justice Blay.
You are not correct, you this guy. Listen, this message says from Nene Yamete from Dansuma says Alex Ferguson walked to Ryan Giggs' house to stop him from partying. When Arsene Wenger came to Arsenal, he took control of the players, including deciding what they eat. So all these things are very important. So all right, cool. And then this one also says that league tactical ball shows Kudus is central to Thomas Frank's plan. He needs to pin him to one position, and then it will all go well. That's Pa from Aoshi. You say you agree with Sicho. Consistency is key for Kudus. This one says the problem, Koftam Babe says the problem about Madueke's deal is the Arsenal fans suspect we may not even get the left wing that we want in Eze or Rodrigo, because we've seen this before. He may not even come in as a sub for Saka. The only reason we will let Arteta off is if you can get Gyökeres or Eze. Madueke's deal was way overpriced. Meanwhile, Gyökeres, who is our top priority, is stalled over just some 5 million. Make it make sense. All right, thank you very much. This has been another edition of Game Plan here on 99.7 Joy FM, also live on Hits 103.9 FM. The show is proudly brought to you by Betway and also by Patrosol Platinum Energy. We are back again next Friday with another episode. Until then, my name is Fento, Tahiru Fento. Take care of yourself and bye-bye.